Virgo, what's going on? It's your girl D here with your November 2022 astrology reading. I hope all is well with the Virgo collective. Thank you guys for coming to check out the channel. Hopefully you subscribe to this one as well as the other channel that I have, which is called the Mini Styles of Tarot. The link for that is in the box below. Also, you'll find a link to Patreon and more information about getting a reading. Virgo, this is a general read. Take what resonates, leave the rest. It may resonate mostly with Virgo ascendant, sun, maybe some moons, but everybody has Virgo in their chart. So, if you happen to click on, just see if it resonates with what's going on with you in your Virgo house. So, with that being said, let's take a look at what's up. So, we are in eclipse energy right now. We had the solar eclipse occur on October 25th, right? So let's set the scene. So it's Scorpio season. That occurred on October 24th. On October 25th, we had a partial solar eclipse, new moon in Scorpio. For you, that's your third house. So this is the house of, your lifestyle choices, maybe what shaped those lifestyle choices as far as where you lived when you were a kid. Did you grow up in the city? Did you grow up in the suburbs? What kind of education did you get as a kid? If we're talking about here and now or the past, we could talk about siblings or cousins. You could talk about where you live now. Do you prefer to live in the suburbs versus the city versus a condo versus an apartment versus, maybe you, rent apartments and hotels, for a period of time. Maybe you Airbnb it, like whatever you do to move around, for those who move around. This also has a lot to do with the types of people you hang out with. If you smoke, do you drink? How do you party? How do you socialize? So I feel like with all of this scorpionic energy here, because this is where Scorpio is for you, we have the north node with the south node there, first of all. Then we have the sun there, we have Venus there, we have Mercury there. And then we had that partial partial solar eclipse. A lot of energy in that area of your life. Okay, so there could be things going on with you and your siblings, okay, that you're thinking about. I don't know if some of you have lost a sibling or if it's the anniversary of the death of the sibling, but my condolences to you and sending prayers to you and your family. Some of you, it just maybe on another page where you're like, you don't hang out in certain places no more. You don't deal with certain types of people anymore. That lifestyle is done, right? So maybe you decided not to drink and party anymore. So, you're not going out to the clubs anymore. You're not, you're not going to the liquor store or hanging out with friends who drink, things like that. It could be things like that, right? But there could be something that changed your view about your neighborhood. Maybe you're ready to move out of the neighborhood you're in and upgrade, to whatever you would consider an upgrade. Everybody has different views of what an upgrade would be, right? So maybe an upgrade for you is someplace that's more quiet, right? In opposed to someplace where you hear a lot of hustle and bustle. Or maybe upgrade to you would be the opposite. It's like, okay, I need that hustle and bustle because I need that energy, I need that vibration. So somebody may be coming out of the quiet, and an upgrade for them might be to be a condo in the city. So you never know whatever somebody's upgrade is, but in their lifestyle choices, that's definitely changing. And I see people changing residences because all of this energy that's in your third house is moving over into your fourth house in the middle of the month, in the middle of November. Venus is coming over to your fourth house on the 16th. Mercury's coming over on the 17th. The sun's coming over on the 23rd. On the 22nd. And then on the 23rd is the new moon in Sag. So all of that potent energy moving from your third to your fourth house. Some of y'all are definitely moving away from family. You've outgrown family. Or, it's just time for you to spread your wings. It's just like that. That's what I'm getting. Some of you are separating yourselves from family. Some of you, you may be, a family member may have passed away or may be suffering because of lifestyle choices. Because of the neighborhood they grew up in. Maybe somebody was a victim of a crime. I don't know if this is going on right now, but it's just that energy is there. That's the Scorpio energy. It's there, but There could also just be a transformation, somebody coming out of a particular area of life and making their, making better lifestyle choices. Maybe it's because somebody they know passed away, and as a result, now they want to change their life around. But it could be anything. But I do see that there's some type of change. Somebody's may have come into some money perhaps, or they saved up their money and now they're ready to move from one location to another. Definitely moving up for the best. Somebody could be because of the lifestyle choices they may be pregnant. So somebody could be pregnant. Somebody might be finding out that they're pregnant. This is like early pregnancy though. This is like the first trimester type energy is what I'm getting here. But this could have started as early as Libra season. But yeah, I just feel like somebody's moving or relocating for sure, and they're just changing the types of. I feel like who they hang out with is being exposed too. So it could be a family member's lifestyle choices, in reference to what happened to them is being exposed, finding out things that they were involved in. You know, um, this could just be you chasing your ancestry as well. You know, just trying to find out more about some of your family members. That could be what's going on here. Because there's a lot of history here between the third and fourth house. And so I feel like, there's a cycle coming to an end here in reference to someone at their hometown, somebody moving away from family, moving away from the hometown, where maybe this is a situation where family is everything or family is tight. Maybe somebody wants to separate from the family. Or they're changing their views about family. So, your fifth house, this is where children, the house of children, the house of short term, quick money, short term gains, the house of your situationships, your love affairs, friends with benefits type energy, one night stands. All right, this house has to do with the inner child in you or your children. Okay, your creative energy, what makes you uniquely you. So, some of you may decide you don't want to have children anymore, or you don't want to have any more children, or you're not gonna have children. That could be the case. For others of you, you may be celibate right now. Then you may be just in an energy of, nothing really turns you on, or the things that used to don't anymore. The stuff that you used to like to do for fun, you're not, you only do it but so much now because it's not that fun, or you just don't have an opportunity to do it anymore. You're restricted in some way, shape, or form. But I just feel like there's transformation here. Yeah, so some of the things you enjoy, you don't enjoy anymore. I feel like you need to have more fun, Virgo, right now. Try to have some more fun. You got dry ass Pluto in here. Well, not dry ass Pluto, but you got you got Capricorn here with your fifth house. Like Capricorn is like a restrictive energy, but it's also very you could use this energy spiritually with Pluto here. Now that I'm thinking about it, so you definitely may want to see if you're someone who connects with your ancestors, since your third and fourth house are lit up. Maybe there's a possibility that you could connect with ancestors. We are in the energy in the season of this. Plus, we have all this lunar energy. You might as well take advantage of it if that's what you do. But that's for some, not for everybody. Everything ain't for everybody. So the sixth house here is your Aquarius house. You got Saturn here. Now, this is your routines, what you do every day. And I feel like there could be some difficulty with you changing what you're doing. You may have a little bit hard time sticking to a regimen or a routine, or it's the opposite. You're super, regimented. You're super you know, on point than a lot of Virgos are. So I feel like you're definitely on point with your routines. Like if it's every day you're supposed to be to the gym at 6, like you're on it. You know what I mean? If you're supposed to be studying between 6 and 7, like you're on it. And if you're not, and you have something that you want to get more disciplined about, I feel like this energy would definitely help you while Saturn is still here. I think Saturn's going into Pisces next year. So you may want to tap into this energy now to get a project going or get it off the ground. Something that's going to have long term effects. Something that's uniquely you, that's going to, benefit you and the collective too, if it could be the collective. But your seventh house of partnerships, this is where Pisces is, and Neptune's in retrograde here, as well as Jupiter in retrograde. Jupiter just came back in here. It was in here between May and July, and then it left and went into Aries. And then it came back in on the 30th of October. So you may feel a repeat of some certain energies that was going on in May through July. You may want to go back and check out some readings between that time, see what was going on, see what resonated with you, and see if it's a repeat theme. If it is, then of course you may need to have a second set of eyes at the situation and see if maybe there's something you didn't see before. You could also check last month's reading too. Now, your eighth house, this is where Chiron is in Aries. So I feel like with this energy here, you're definitely looking back at, I feel like we all have, like, Chiron is an energy of, there's always like going to be something that you experience once you fully hit that Chiron energy in a certain way. You understand that there's always going to be something that is going to like be an issue. Like for example, family, right? Say for example, you don't get along with your family. You may have a lot of families who represent karmic energy to you, right? And so you love them, but you have to love them from a distance, right? That's a sad thing. So that's Chiron. That's something that you have to live with, unless you just, either way, whether you try to deal with them and you deal with the pain of it, or you decide you had enough and you walk away, that's always going to be a sore spot for you, right? Chiron is that. Chiron is the something that's always going to be a sore spot, even if you walk away from it. Usually the death of someone, that you care about is always going to be a sore spot. Problems with family members, being betrayed by a lover, being betrayed by people who you trusted. Betrayal is a bitch, it could cause a trauma, right? So these types of things, may be coming back to you, or I don't know where I went with that, but let me just go back to here. Somebody needed to hear that. Yeah, your eighth house with Chiron here. So, this is all about, you, no matter what adversity you've come across, you always get back up and you always keep going. And that's good energy. I like that. Some of you are really just like looking at, like, no matter what I do, no matter what come at me, I always land on my feet. Things might be difficult, but it end up working out. So I feel like some of you are realizing that. And as a result of you realizing that, you're more comfortable with who you are and your decision making process, because I think you're experiencing a shift, a growth here, especially when it comes from you looking back at how you were raised, the environment you grew up in. Some of you are understanding that, processing that, and saying, okay, it's time for me to move away from it. Not that it's bad, not that it's good, it's just there's something else for me, right? It don't have to be, oh, it's bad. Now some people could be like, oh, it's bad, I don't need to be around it, I need to move away from it. But some people could just be like, look, I'm looking for more. This is beautiful, but I just feel the pull of the world, the universe calling me out, And so you may want to just go ahead and step out. That could be it. Now, with your ninth house here, this is where Taurus is. So these are the lessons you're learning here. These lessons you're learning, I feel like for some of you, the ninth house, some of you need to write a book about some of the things you've learned, some of the things you've experienced, some of the things you went through. If you don't write a book, just write it out for yourself. You could write affirmations, you could do petitions, or you could just keep a diary. Whatever you want to do. You could burn it after you write it, or just keep it. Whatever you want to do, but I feel like writing it will get it out. Now, if you want to publish it, more power to you, because it will work out for you. But if you don't feel comfortable with that, respect. Now, your 10th house here is Mars in retrograde in Gemini. Now Mars is, all about that fire, all about go, go, go. Last week we was there. Where was you? We was waiting for you. You ain't show up. Well, Mars is in retrograde now, so that energy is calmed down, right? And this is in your career house. So just be careful of, the rumors, how people talk to people. People might be a little bit more aggressive in the workplace, or maybe you may feel agitated in the workplace. All right, I got that for Gemini as well because this is in their first house. So you may be feeling, especially if you got heavy Gemini, Mercurial, Virgo placements, right? You got a lot of planets in Virgo, a lot of planets in Gemini. Um, or you got Mars in Virgo or Mars in Gemini, something like that. Like you may be feeling this energy. Um, but I just feel like Mars is on slowdown now. So you may be feeling like, okay, I was running in this lane, but maybe I slow down and look around and see what other lanes I may run into. Maybe this is a good idea, but it didn't work out, or maybe it's time for me to reassess what didn't work out so that by the time Mars goes direct in January, I could take off and go the other direction. So I feel like for some of you in business, it's all about a time of refocusing where you're going to take action at. Knowing, okay, this is where I want to take action. I want to do that. I want to do that. And putting a plan in place. Not saying not to take action, but to consider waiting until Mars goes direct. And while Mars is in retrograde, focus on your plan, making it bulletproof, dotting all your I's, crossing all your T's, right? That's what I'm getting. Now, for others of you, just be careful of the rumors going on at work, okay? Or getting caught up in he say, she say drama at work is not a good look for you. It will not be a good look for you. Be careful who you talk to. Be careful on social media, at work. The little chats that none of that. You need to talk to someone up front or directly, or you get their phone number and make sure you turn off the network. Like if you have your network on when you're at work, some places they allow you to tap into their network automatically if you have your wireless, situation out there looking for a network. So you'll automatically connect to theirs, and they can look on the network and investigate what's going on. And if you're picked up on their network because you didn't turn it off and you texted and stuff, they could look. I know these things. So some of you just need to be careful what you're talking about at work and who you're talking about on social media and what you're saying about your job. And yeah, all right, just be careful with that. But yeah, some of you, I feel like you're gonna revise a plan. You're gonna look at what worked, look at what didn't work, rescript it, and then you're gonna make moves, and you're gonna do well with that. Because the next house that Mars goes into is Cancer. That's your 11th house. So I feel like this is where the money house is, because this is the internet here. So just focus on your plan, get it right, and when you come through, it's gonna be all right. So Virgo, that's what I got for you for your reading for November, the astrology read. If it resonated, let me know. But make sure you check out last month's reading. See if that resonates with you now. And then at the end of this month, check out this one again. All right? I wish you guys the best, and I'll see you in the next reading. Later, Virgo.